What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a video on the first 150 miles review on the bike. I'm sitting at 152.9 miles right now, but before we get into the nitty-gritty of what I think about this bike in the first 150 miles, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment. That really helps out the channel grow, get more views, and I'd love to be able to get more bikes for the channel and really just produce good content for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into this review. Overall, this bike, it feels amazing. A lot of people say you cannot daily a 600cc Super Sport, but I beg to differ, honestly. To an extent. Like, don't get me wrong, you're not going to ride this thing an hour straight and not be somewhat fatigued from the riding position. So for me, I do a mix of about, I'd say it's 35 to 40% city riding, and the rest is highway. And I'm pretty comfortable for up to 30 minutes before my tushy starts going numb or getting sore. And then to put in perspective the riding position as far as your hands or your wrists hurting, I have carpal tunnel and arthritis in both of my hands, and 30 minutes I'm still good. That's when I'm just starting to feel mostly uncomfortable. A big thing about the bike that I've really enjoyed is the suspension. It really soaks up the bumps, and I haven't even fine-tuned anything yet. I haven't made it softer or stiffer. Straight off the showroom floor is how I've been riding it. I have not modified the suspension in any way as far as adjusting the preload or rebound, stuff like that, and it feels great. And once I really get the 600-mile break-in done is when I really want to start messing with the suspension. That's when I'm really going to notice how much better the suspension is, because I'm going to get it set up better for me. So I'm excited to do that. Another talking point for this bike would be the mirrors. I usually always just take off the mirrors on a sport bike, because all you see is your elbows unless you're peeking over real hard. It's pretty impossible to adjust the mirrors perfectly to the point that you don't have to constantly look left, look right, and then you're still checking your blind spot no matter what. So the mirrors, I'm probably going to take those off, get rid of them. Right here, I'll show you what I really love about this bike, and that is going to be the quick shifter. This quick shifter is insane, and it's seamless. And that was in low power mode, highest traction control setting as well, so very slow. And that's one thing I love about this bike as well, the different power setting and traction control. Yesterday I got caught in the rain, even though it was only a 12% chance of rain. So having that turned on just made me feel that much more confident in the bike. Especially for newer riders. If, like, I'm not a new rider, I've been riding a long time, but for newer riders, that's perfect, because if they're just learning, putting this in low power mode and leaving it there, I honestly feel like this could be a beginner bike. Someone, you know, if they've been on dirt bikes before and just wanting to get into a street bike, I'd have no issue telling someone to go buy a ZX6R, especially with that power control. It's perfect. Gives you a lot of confidence, but not false confidence. Let's go ahead and get it put in high. So full power, lowest traction control. Let's test out this quick shifter again, starting in the first gear. why the hell are you beating on a brand new bike with 157 miles on it? You're not supposed to take it over 6,000 RPM after the first 150 miles. Let's be honest with each other. How many people actually follow that? Not a lot. Like the first 100 miles, I was pretty religious about keeping it under 4,000 RPM unless I was riding on the highway. But after that, that's when I bought this exhaust and... Oh, gravel. I'm not going to take that too sharp. Quick shifter. Feels amazing. It's gotta be my most favorite thing about this bike is the quick shifter. And the way it sounds with this M4 exhaust on it too is unbeatable. And it was a very well priced exhaust. To be honest, I'm pretty sure it's a Chinese knockoff M4, but I've seen real M4s and it feels the exact same as far as weight, touch, quality. I mean, it's got the stainless steel M4 laser cut badge on it still, and everything looks exactly the same. So it's honestly probably made in the exact same factory as M4, but they just don't give you the fancy packaging. Could be the only thing that's different. Try to decide which way I want to go. Let's go straight. Filmed in Mexico, right? Huge difference going from low power mode traction control setting 3 to full power mode traction control setting 1. Huge difference. He wants to play. I had more curves out here to really put the suspension to work, but it corners amazing. Like I have no worries when I go into a corner. These tires that come with factory, the Bridgestone, amazing. Probably gonna get the same factory tires whenever these go bad. To be honest, I'm not even sure if I know where I'm at anymore. Okay. I say let's just go right. Or let's go straight. There might be some curves up here I can hit. The quick shifter, even when you don't have it under a lot of load, it still shifts flawlessly. And if you really get that twitch of your foot down, because you don't want to just like hit it and hold your foot up a little bit, because then you're going to get the jerking, because it's going to be tripping that sensor in the quick shifter, killing the ignition. So once you get that twitch of your foot right, it's just seamless whenever you do this stuff. Tracking it on I think the app is called rever. You can turn it on while you're riding. It tracks the route that you take and saves it for you. So if you like it, you can name your route. And I can remember how to get back here. I'm gonna have to route this road out on a map. There's not a lot of curves, but it's enough to keep me happy. And it's good scenery, nice country setting. Like I said, I mean, I'm not sure how long we've been riding right now, but we've done another, what, 13 miles, and my wrists feel great, my butt feels great. Wow, that was a nice set of curves. Kind of stupid of me to not knowing this road to take it like that, but I still was going slow. Yeah, this is a real nice route. I'm loving it. Just like I'm loving this bike. My favorite thing about it might sound a little cheesy, but it's got to be the quick shifter. And honestly, the graphics. I love the graphics. I love the color of the bike. You can't beat the KRT edition. The teal one that doesn't have graphics. God damn. Dumbass about hit me, didn't he? Shit. That's why you pay attention, guys. Can be over just like that when you're on a bike. The dude is probably talking on his phone, texting. Yeah, if there's one thing I can preach, ride safe. Ride to your ability. Pay attention to what roads you're on. Memorize where the intersections are that are bad. And my rule of thumb, every intersection, if I'm riding in a city, which I try to avoid at all costs, I'll slow down 10 miles per hour below speed limit before entering an intersection, because they might look like they see you, but 9 times out of 10 they probably don't. They're just in their own little world. Anyone that rides knows what I'm talking about. So if you're a new rider, I never took the safety course, but I definitely recommend it. First 150 miles on this thing it's been amazing. Definitely not disappointed that I bought this bike. I've had other ZX6Rs. I had an 03, and that one was awesome, and that's what really drawed me back to the 2022 model, because this is a 2022. And I've had other ones too, like I've had a Yamaha R6. If you haven't seen the video, I actually used that bike for my gender reveal burnout for my son. Like, this is a bumpy back road, and it's really not bad. Not bad at all. Like, yeah, it's bumpy, but it's nothing like older bikes I've had. I've had 600 double Rs. I had a 03. That was my first sport bike. Had what was an 08. I've had an 07 double R. I had a ZX14. That one was a 2008. I've had Ducatis. I've had a Ducati 1198. That one was amazing. I loved that bike, but they're just too expensive to maintain. About this bike though is, like, for instance, if you're riding at 70 miles per hour on the highway, the speedometer is off by a little bit. It's off by about 4 miles per hour. Yeah, that quick shifter. I hope you guys guys can hear it good, because it is, man, it sounds like it's spitting fire with every shift, especially when that exhaust gets warmed up. And I'm still comfortable. My wrists are starting to get a little tired and my hands are starting to get a little numb, but it's nothing that you can't just like post up, put your arm on the shoulder, do the biker swag is what I call it, for comfort. One thing that would really make this bike amazing is if it was I think they call it's like electronic throttle control, so without the cable, because then you could really do like an electronic cruise control, and that would be great for highway riding, because you could just set your cruise on and just really relax, get both hands up, stretch out a little bit, not worry about, you know, the bike slowing down when you let go of the throttle and then you gotta speed back up again. So this would really benefit from that. To work compared to everything else I ride. I really want to get this thing up to the tail of the Dragon, and I'm trying to work out the details to be able to do that. And the brakes are great. It stops. It doesn't grab so hard that you're scared to grab the brake. It's very, very good. And that exhaust is even better. Let's hit that quick shifter again. It's definitely not too much power, and it's not too little. That's what I love about the 600 class bikes. You can actually use them on the street. The 1000s I've had, you can't use it. And the only time that bike is going to shine is straight pulls on the highway when there's no traffic around. That's the only time that bike is going to shine, and that's in a straight line. Unless you're going on a racetrack, then you can really put it to work. But that's just why I don't see a need for a 1000 at all. It's pointless, unless you just want the bragging rights, I guess. But I've had all the bikes when it comes to different sizes, and 600s is where I've been the most happy. Like my Ducati 1198, that thing was insane. I couldn't use the power on the road. And this, you can use the whole power band everywhere you're at, and it's not going to get your ass put in jail unless you're just hauling ass at maxing it out. And then probably, you know, running from the cops will do that too. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to be going and getting caught at around the speed limit, where you're just going to get a really nice ticket and a couple of points on your license. The bike's super light, super nimble, so it's great. I don't have enough. Honestly, I don't really have anything negative to say about the bike as far as its performance and rideability goes. Maybe the seat could be more comfortable, but if you were to compare this seat to a comparable gear model R6 or a Honda CBR 600RR, and even the Suzuki's, their seats are not nearly as comfortable, in my opinion, as what you can get on this bike. Same with the riding position. The ZX6R has probably the best riding position out of any sport bike in the 600 class that you're going to be able to spend your money on. And that's another big reason on why I got this one, because I am going to be using it as a commuter bike to and from work, which I think anybody can do. as long as you're not doing all city. If you were doing nothing but city riding, using this as a commuter, I do not recommend, unless you got like a 15 or less commute. Also, I really like that it has the gear indicator and a fuel gauge. That helps out a lot as well. A lot of bikes these days, they don't come factory with a gear indicator or fuel gauge, and that's, you know, it sucks. I don't like having to memorize how far I can go per tank. And if you're riding a bike harder a couple days in a row than just cruising, your gas mileage is going to be off and you're left guessing again. Well guys, I think that's about it. I'm going to pull back home. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, please drop a like, a comment, and subscribe. I'd really like to get some more stuff going on at this bike, but funding is a little bit of an issue when it comes to stuff like that. But I am monetized on YouTube, so, you know, keep watching, keep leaving me some comments on what you want to see next, and I'll do my best to make that happen. Hopefully get some growth going nice and quick so we can get some more awesome stuff going. But as always, have a great day.